Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2019. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps out the channel. Just take 1 second. Boop. Very easy. And if you're live with me on Twitch, thank you so much for joining me today. Now, we are going to be reviewing the Vespiquen Flareon Gallade deck that got all the way to the finals of the previous regional. It definitely has a terrible matchup against the Zoro control deck, so I think that's something that really sets this deck back a bit. Well, really sets it back a bit. No, really sets it back simply because Zoro control is probably one of the strongest decks in the current expanded format. Now, Vespiquen, however, has a pretty powerful damage ceiling, as in it's almost unlimited. It all depends on how many Pokemon you have in the deck yourself. Because Be Revenge does 20 damage plus 10 more damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile. So Battle Compressor, Executes, Unknown, you name it. There's a lot of potential to power Vespiquen, and then you can play a lot of tech cards that if you're not using, then you just get rid of them and you'll be fine. And then you also have Intelligence Gathering dealing 10 damage, and you may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand for a single energy, so sometimes that can get you out of a pickle. Free Retreat is very nice. 90 HP makes it searchable by Livable, which is also nice, although this list does not contain any. Next up we have Flareon, which actually has basically the same attack, just with a different name. It's called Vengeance rather than Be Revenge. Obviously Flareon is not a bee. Vengeance deals 20 damage plus 10 more damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile. So really good attacks from Vespiquen and Flareon. We have 28 total Pokemon in the deck, therefore, counting the Eevee and the Flareon, we could be dealing up to 280, 310 damage with a choice band. But realistically, as long as we get like 15 to 20 Pokemon in our discard pile, we will be able to be dealing 1 KOs with non-GX attackers. And Henry, Durkin, Alex for Champion, Zorax, Iberserk, how are you guys doing? Thanks so much for being here. HPK Tank as well. Thank you guys so much for being here. Okay, and then as for tech attackers, we have Gallade as well with its Premonition ability. That's really useful. Happy New Year to you too, Freaky Wolf. Premonition allows you to take a look at the top 5 cards and then put them back in any order you would like. And then Sensitive Plate deals 60 damage and 70 more if you played a supporter this turn. Now, through Maxis, we are able to get our Gallade out as we play no route. But we do play the Maxis Hidden Bolt trick, which allows us to put a fighting Pokemon from our discard pile onto our bench, and then we draw 5 cards. So with Compressor, Computer Search, Ultra Wolves, Unknowns, Maxis, and Gallade, we are hoping to get that into play. And we also have a Machoke with Daunting Pose to protect our benched Pokemon from any damage by abilities or attacks. And we also have Marowak with the ability Bodyguard, which prevents all effects of attacks done to us or our hand by our opponent's Pokemon, and you remove any existing effects. Basically, this card says Quaking Punch does nothing. We can, however, get out Machoke and Marowak with Ditto Prism Star, so that's really good. The one Ditto Prism Star doesn't go to a discard pile, so it's not counted towards the Revenge damage, so technically I guess we're playing 27 Pokemon. Next up, we have Double Shaman for support. We have a 1/1 Strike line as well for support with a Sprint ability. You get to discard your hand and draw 4 cards. It also helps against Karen, as if you get Karen, then you can draw Pokemon and then discard them to fuel back Vespiquen and Flareon. We have the Giratina with Devour Light as an anti-Trevenant tech, and Greninja as well, though probably not necessary against Greninja. For Unknown and double Tablade. Unknown has Verbal Letter, where if it's on your bench, you can discard it and draw a card, so you power up your Vespiquen and you get draw power. Hello, Paul. And then supporters wise, we have 3 Juniper, and then 1 of each Maxis and Guzma Teammate and Colress. Then items wise, we have 4 Ball Compressor, a really good card in this deck, as it can power up everything that we might need in terms of Vespiquen and Flareon, and we also get supporters in the discard for Vespiquen, 4 Ultra Ball to search for Pokemon, double Choice Band to power up, a single Floatstone, a single Parallel City to be disruptive, double Special Charge to get back energies, single Computer Search is our spec, and 1 Rescue Stretcher rounds out the deck. And so we are going to jump into a ladder, but in just 1 second, as I need to go get the door. So don't go anywhere, guys. And sorry about that. Okay, so we are ready now. So let's jump into the ladder and see how we can do with this Vespiquen Flareon deck. Be right back. Be right back indeed. I am right back now. Hello, Tech9. Thank you so much for being here. How are you doing? Okay, so jumping equals 89. We win the coin flip, so we get to go first, which in expanded might be an even bigger advantage, right? This hand not the greatest, but I mean, we're gonna Juniper anyways, so who do we start with? I think we start Lele. We're gonna lose our stretcher as well, so really good, really awesome to hear, Iberserk, that you got your deck back. I'm very glad to hear that. And hello NMD64, thanks so much for being here. Okay, so my opponent starts Execute, and we top deck another not so very good card. I'm gonna go ahead and battle Compressor. We get a heart and a hello, so we'll say that back. Okay, so Execute probably indicates this is not Greninja or Trevenant. So I don't need the Giratina. And Shadow Lab, wow, thank you so much for the 219 bits. Very kind of you. Thank you so much. Did you know that you can send M&Ms now? Thank you so much. The Doodle Cheers are not loading. Okay, so what else? I won't need well, I might need Marowak actually. Okay, and I got rid of the Machoke because I was about to I guess I could have gotten rid of a combi and then played the Rescue Stretcher to get it back. Thank you so much, Shadow Lab. It's been a while. Thank you so much for the bits. I wish I hadn't priced Execute. That way I could use Execute to make my Ultra Wolf discards a little bit easier. Right? I'm just gonna get rid of the Flareon. It's fine. And I'm gonna go grab a combi. And I'll bench the Ditto as well. And then if I get the Link with it turn 1, then so be it. Right? So be it. Oh, that's really good, Iberserk. I'm really happy for you. NMD, Pablo, how far in advance do you normally decide what deck you are playing for a big tournament? Usually, I leave it very late, and that has come to hurt me sometimes. Faisal, thank you so much for the follow. I'm usually very indecisive for tournaments, actually, because I play so much that I end up preparing like pretty much every deck. Yeah, and that means I end up, oh my gosh, that's a terrible top deck. I end up making a decision like the day before really late, or the day yikes, once again the special charge. Either the day before really late or on the day if it's paper deck lists. Okay, so I think I'm gonna get rid of the Blitzel and the 2 EV since I've already gotten rid of the Flareons, right? I have 1 DC prized. It looks like I'm up against a control deck, and I'm about to lose my my special charge. The Marowak, it seems like it's Oranguru based and not Seismitoad based, so that's good. And I'll bench this, I'll evolve here. I will parallel to limit my opponent's options. And then I'm gonna use Sprint. Happy New Year to you too, Shadow Lab. And Hutardes, thank you so much, 4 months in a row. Thank you so much. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime subscription. I really do appreciate it. Okay, the Flowstone was the card that we really wanted to get this turn, so I could start taking prizes and start applying pressure to my opponent. I'm just really afraid that he's gonna have any sort of denial, like we already see that Faba, any sort of denial, and we're gonna be in trouble because of it. We're really gonna be in trouble because of it, not only because we have one TC priced, but also because we've lost double stretcher. So, I mean, Faba puts in the loss zone, so the stretcher doesn't matter, but he's also probably running Enhanced Hammer, and that's the big issue. Okay. UZL Jupe. If there was a standard cup this weekend and you had to choose between Sai Mali or Zorok, which one would you play? I mean, depends on the metagame, of course, but Zorok is like a safer play. Malamar is a really good play if there's not a lot of Zork. Both are pretty solid for sure, but if I had to choose right now, I think I would go with a safer Zorok against an unknown metagame. Okay, so now we have 2 DCs left. The good thing is that my opponent seems to be really struggling, and it is Zoropod as well. We are up against Zoropod. I think I just straight up Sycamore here. I'll bench this, and then I'll just Sycamore. I don't want a Kuzma. Well, maybe Kuzma was right, actually. And okay, I do get the DC, which is awesome. So I can take another prize card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Pokemon in the discard pile. And I don't think I need to do anything else. So V-Revenge. So thank you once again, Gutardis, for the Twitch Prime subscription. Alex for Champion, you might have already asked this, but what are my top picks for Dallas? I think my top picks for Dallas right now are Lucario, Rayquaza, and Shocklock. I think those 3 decks are probably the 3 I'm considering the most. Shocklock would be a nice challenge to play at the event, and then the others are just okay in general. Okay, so we're gonna see a dowsing machine. What's my opponent getting back? The Juniper, of course. Okay, so my opponent will be able to set up once again. So here's what needs to happen. I need him to evolve into Zork, then I need to one-shot that Zork before he removes that energy. Yeah, Flareon got discarded. Not like we need the fire typing, it's just extra fuel. Am I going anti-Zorg? Yes, I am probably going anti-Zorg. Paralyzing Gaze, flips heads, that's very annoying. I do have a Kuzma, however, to just immediately compensate for that. I have no Versus Seekers left though. I have no more Versus Seekers left, so I won't be able to get out of another paralysis here, which would really suck. I've lost so many Versus Seekers throughout the match. Shocklock is so time consuming. I mean, that's assuming your opponents don't, like they just sit there and let you finish the, and wait until they have the lock or whatever, or until you deck them out rather. Okay, so we're gonna get end and attempted at paralysis. We don't have Kuzma anymore though, so that's a big deal. If my opponent gets knockout here, this could be really bad. I mean, I do have to strike out, but it's not looking great for me to get a return KO. Choice Band helps, Juniper helps for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 plus 2. That would be 17 plus 3, that would be 200, 210. So even if my opponent gets a knockout here, I might still be okay, depending on if I find my DC. Depending on if I find my DC off of the Juniper, and if I find my DC off of the prizes as well. There's an Ultra Wall, either for another Zorg. Oh, for stand-in Zorg. Oh my. So not only my opponent got the DC, but he also gets to attack with a non-GX, which is really bad news for us. Because then that's less chances for me to get the DC out of the prize cards. And if I don't get it, then my opponent knocks out my Vespiquen and I lose. And I was probably going to lose anyways, I guess. Goodbye Gallade. And then goodbye Lele. And goodbye Maxis. Oh wait, there's 2 DCs in there? Oh, there's 2 DCs, never mind. So what I need is a DC and a combi here. Okay, I did get the DCE, thankfully. Thankfully, I did get the DCE thanks to this computer search. And then I'm gonna get rid of the Colress. Okay. So this is looking very dicey here. I'm gonna be Revenge for 200 damage without the choice band. And I get an N. Okay, so I don't have to worry about taking myself out anymore. Well, no, I can use Sprint, draw the DCE. Well, no, I can't. Because then I have to discard the N. If I don't top deck DC, I might be in trouble. Well, only if my opponent takes a knockout with a non-GX, which I don't think he can do. Right? I don't think he can do that. Oh gosh, is he gonna Guzma? Oh, he's gonna Baba. Yikes. The discards against my opponent were just too harsh. If I lose a match, it's because I have to go through the special charge discards, the Versus Seeker discards. And there was literally nothing I could have done to prevent that. Be a Seeker, DC, and DCE. So all my opponent needs is a Versus Seeker to win. Right? I have no Guzma, I have no yeah, I think I'm dead here. My opponent knocks out Vespiquen, he wins. If my opponent plays Versus Seeker for Faba, he wins as well. And Chelsea 153, I do like football, but football soccer, not American football. I'm not I don't watch the NFL. It's not that big in Mexico, and I've never had a liking to it. So if you're asking about the NFL, I don't support anyone. If you're asking about soccer though, I root for Chelsea. I root for Chelsea. Okay, so a lot of things can go wrong here. A lot of things can go wrong. There's an Ultra Wall for Wimpud, so my opponent's gonna Cold Rest then. Giraffe Egg. Retreat DCE KO. Yeah, he's gonna Cold Rest. That's why he's getting the Execute. He's gonna bench it. Or no, he's gonna trade. Okay, then why would you bench those guys before? You're an Arsenal fan? Well, Chelsea and Arsenal are like sworn enemies of London. Did we win? No, we didn't win. We have no way to attack anymore. Both special charges. Wow. Both special charges and all of my energy gone. So almost. I feel like the order in which we drew things, and this can happen with this deck, right? It was just very unfortunate, the order in which we drew cards, and oh well, nothing we could have done to prevent that. Opinion on Pulisic signing Chelsea. Well, I personally don't know Pulisic. I know he's American, so a lot of, like, from what I read in the news and stuff and on Reddit, people were very excited about him. I've read that he's had some like good stats. He hit like he showed a lot of potential. Then he might have stabilized. Maybe Sari can get him to his maximum potential. That would be awesome. So yeah, I mean, apparently it's a high profile signing, and that's always good for the team, right? And it's good to replace players like Willian or Pedro, which are becoming a bit older. Shouldn't have benched that Eevee. Gonna lose the stretcher once again. I don't want to bench either of these two, so I'm just gonna Juniper here. Are you playing the one of Natu? No, I am not, Alex for champion. Why would I play the one of Natu? I never put Pokemon into the Lost Zone, so why would I play Natu? GG, Alexis. GG. We know we won't need Marowak for sure, and I'll definitely discard Gallade because I have a chance to use Maxie's next turn potentially. I do have a chance to use Maxie's next turn. My combi could also go down. I'm gonna Farewell Letter first. Yeah, indeed, Alexis. That is right. Oh no, I didn't mean to bench the Giratina. Oh my gosh. I definitely didn't mean to bench the Giratina. I think I'm just gonna pass for now. Hopefully off of the Shaman I can maybe pull off the Maxis, although I need an Ultra Ball. Yeah, losing the special charges really hurt. Your favorite player is Landon Donovan, but of course he's retired. Landon Donovan was like a big, probably one of the most hated players in Mexico because he was so good against us. If Control uses the strategy of lost zoning all your Pokemon, you can still attack with Giraffe. Okay, that's fair. I mean, realistically though, you're gonna attack once though. Like sure, you'll get one knockout, and then they knock out or remove the energy from the Natu. It feels a bit gimmicky. Okay, so Wishful Baton, energy to the active, Darkrai and Dark Energy is already discarded. Cynthia. So my opponent's hand was valuable enough that he didn't want to Juniper or Sycamore away. There's a Darkrai EX. There's a Stantler? What? What on earth is a Stantler doing in my opponent's deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I feel like if I can pull the Maxis here, I'm gonna be in a really good shape. Hello, Mr. Rayleigh, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Why does my opponent have a Stantler? I do not understand. Okay, so let's hope to get a way to get the Maxis. And I can't get the Maxis because I have to fill up my bench. Yeah, so I can't get the Maxis this turn. I'm just gonna Paddle CD. Sure, he removes the Lele, it's fine. Then I'm just gonna Ultra Ball. One card short though. One card short. It's not a terrible one price attacker. For the GX attack, it takes 2 turns though. Like you would confuse them and then you would GX. No, that's terrible. Hello, Thickbow. Thank you so much for joining us. Discard these two. and get a unknown. We'll bench that. That Giratina though, that's what's costing me. Benching that Giratina, that misclick is what's costing me here. Good practice for all the Stantler decks you'll see in Dallas. Indeed, Stantler is apparently the new meta. Thank you so much for the host, Paul. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 120, so I am dealing enough damage at this point in time. Let's just verbal letter, get an extra card here. We get an Eevee, and then we'll just pass. I'm not benching these guys, either of these guys, because I might need to... Wait, what? Oh, the stadium. Oh my god. Oh, please confuse me, Stantler. Please punish me. Please attach a muscle band. DC muscle band, KO Vespiquen. That would be the dream. That would actually be the dream. Oops. MLG, when are we gonna play standard? Probably next week. Today's Wednesday. Maybe on Friday if I'm feeling up for it. Yeah, we get confused. Maybe on Friday. Okay, I'm gonna knock out with Shaman. And I top deck my special charge. Why does this happen? I mean, it's not as important in this matchup, I guess. Okay, let's bench this and then I'll Juniper. It's not as important because it's GX focused. Whereas versus my previous opponent, I was never able to really do that. Okay. That Parallel CD is so annoying. And it's my Parallel CD. I'm trying to limit him, I just delayed the attack by a turn. Okay, so I'm gonna promote the Giratina. If he knocks it out, awesome. If he Kuzmas around it, that's okay. If he just passes, then we'll take that opportunity to Kuzma ourselves and get 2 prizes. So it's a win-win, whether the Giratina goes down or if it doesn't go down. Can we start with Blacephalon? MLG, if you check out my YouTube channel, just last week I played Blacephalon. That's the thing though, like standard, there's no big tournaments for standard and it's kind of stale right now until the next set hits. Like I just be redoing the same decks over and over and over, which I can still do, right? It's just less interesting. Although expanded decks definitely don't get the same views on YouTube. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13, 14, 15, 180. So the question then becomes, do I want to knock out the Darkrai or do I want to knock out this Darkrai? This guy always comes back. This guy I don't care about. I think I'm gonna go after this Darkrai. Because it also, like, otherwise he would Wishful Baton and then he puts damage on things and it could get dicey. I'm just gonna double check the maths though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, I believe this is correct. Gonna evolve there and then why not? I mean, let's use Flareon for style points. Oh my gosh, I did it again. I actually did it twice. Wow, how embarrassing. This is honestly very embarrassing. Yep, collapsing gravel, parallel CD. Parallel CD, how embarrassing. So, because I'm a non-GX deck, it probably is not going to matter, but I had the Battle Compressor right here to just make sure I had knockout. Oopsies. And MLG, thank you so much for the host as well. That was silly. Not gonna lie, that was silly. And that's the second time I've done that. Our opponent tells us we have a good deck, we will tell him that back. Parallel City. I really should not forget. I mean, I don't think it matters, honestly. I think we're still going to win. But it was still pretty silly to pull off, to do that. It was still pretty silly. Oh, wow, my opponent is just dead drawing. Okay, so it didn't matter. So technically, I'm gonna do it. Technically, there's a 2 extra Pokemon I needed. I'm not gonna play anything else. That's what I should have done the previous turn. I'm just gonna get the knockout. It's like nothing happened, right? It's like nothing happened. Nobody saw. Nobody knows. This is all good, guys. Oopsies. But it's fixed now. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 Pokemon plus the base 20. That's 190 damage. Now that there's no Parallel City. If a Parallel City comes back into play, I need to play an Ultra Ball to discard a Pokemon. Or I need to play Computer Search. Either or works here. Wow, my opponent can't even Dark Pulse for a knockout. That's what you get when you play Swampert and Hoopa. I mean Stantler and Hoopa, not Swampert and Hoopa. Stantler and Hoopa in your Turbo Darkrai deck. You don't need Stantler and you don't need Hoopa. Opinions on Blacephalon, it's a really good deck, MLG. I think it's a deck that did... I don't think it won a big event since Lost Thunder came out, like a regional. But it's the one that plays the best, like, overall, right? So I think Blacephalon is a very, very good deck. It's just very predictable and it's very linear, which leaves little room for you to adapt to what your opponent is trying to do. But it's still a pretty good deck. I really like it. Okay, my opponent's still trying his best. And Collapsing Girl, you prefer Zoro Decitailed instead of Blacephalon? Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we all have our preferred decks, right? And our preferred play styles. Okay, so we win that one pretty solidly, despite my silly mistakes. So we get a whole GX for our efforts. We move on to the second part of the versus ladder. And let's look for an opponent. Let's look for our opponent, our next opponent. Okay. You got 5 first places and 2 second places with CDT. That's pretty good, Collapsing Gravel. And what, like League Cups or League Challenges or what? That's pretty good. Okay, so we're up against a fighting type deck apparently. And we get to go first, which is awesome. Malamar is best. Cups and challenges, that's awesome. Collapsing Gravel. Okay, decent-ish start. I don't need to bench anything else other than the combi. Maybe starting Eevee is not better because you have less Flareons, therefore less chance of an attack on turn 2. Okay. Okay. So compressor top deck is awesome. Discard the Execute. We don't know what we're up against, so I'm not gonna discard the Machoke or the Marowak just yet. I do have 2 combis prized, so getting rid of 1 Vespiquen seems okay. And well, actually no, yeah, getting rid of 1 Vespiquen seems okay, and then getting rid of wanna know? No. The Galate is not prized. I'll get rid of the Maxis. Yeah, I'll get rid of the Maxis. Because I don't know what Pokemon and stuff I'm gonna need. Because I don't know what I'm up against. Okay. So the Blitzel is nice, the Machoke is unnecessary. And very doubtful I'm gonna get a turn to KO because I have only 2 Pokemon in the discard ball, so I'm dealing 70 damage plus 20 more, 90. I need 8 more Pokemon in the discard ball, but who knows? And Patrick, sorry I missed that. 14 months in a row. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me do that again. Thank you so much. 14 months in a row. That is crazy. Thank you so much for the support, Patrick. I really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. Oh no, now my cup doesn't have any M&Ms left. Bad matchup for Blacephalon after a lowland walk. Probably Zoroark Decidueye and probably Guardy. I think those 2 are bad matchups for Blacephalon. Okay, so we are up against Ray. This is definitely very good news. We got Marshallowed, but then we top deck. We had an Ultra Ball and then we top decked the Shaman. Don't believe I'm gonna need these 2 cards. Like I have another special charge, which is great. And then I'm gonna grab this guy. And then I'm gonna Floatstone the Blitzel. And I'm going to set up for 6. Having a GX is not ideal, but I can use Primal CD to get rid of it, and there's the Primal CD. I have yet to play a supporter, and I have the possibility to Maxis, but because of the fact that there's a Primal CD in play, I mean there's a Sudowoodo in play, I can no longer play any benched Pokemon. So Maxis would in fact be useless. Now I'm not a big fan of playing N again, but there's not much I can do about this. I do want to keep 1 special charge just in case. Just in case. Okay, so I do get DC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I can deal 130 damage here, which is not the best. Or I could Ultra for Substrika and keep trying, which sounds decent honestly. So I'm going to discard the Galade, I'm going to discard the Marowak, now I know I don't need these guys. And then, oh, this doesn't count though. The Ditto doesn't count. I mean, I'm still going to try though. So there we have Substrika, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Pokemon in the lost zone. We're hitting for 130 right about now. And not gonna do it. But I don't feel very threatened, so I'm still gonna go for the attack. I honestly don't feel threatened at all by my opponent. He had a very underwhelming turn 1. So yeah, so Striker was the right call there, and then my next Juniper will set me up basically for life in terms of getting knockouts. Even if my opponent gets a knockout here, that would be completely fine. That would be completely fine. He actually goes for another Marshadow. Interesting. Excuse me. I still have Golisopod icon. Oh, that's true. Thank you so much for letting me know. Thank you so much for letting me know. That should be a Vespiquen. I don't want it shiny though, because the one I'm using is not shiny. There we go. That's much better. Thank you for letting me know. Thick bow. Wait, did my opponent actually Stormy Winds? Yeah. His start has been very underwhelming. I don't think my opponent has a chance to keep up at this point. I don't think my opponent has a chance to keep up. Okay, so I think it's just Juniper. Get those extra Pokemon in the discard pile, get extra energy down, and then just get a knockout. Dealing 160 damage with the Choice Band. So once this Vespiquen, if this Vespiquen goes down, then we just deal 180 with this other Choice Band. And we have Computer Search, Teammates, etc. to search for Compressor, get rid of Pokemon, and we are good to go. I'm pretty sure my opponent has just Rage Quit here. Yeah, the Sudowoodo promotion confirms. So my opponent's very underwhelming. Turn 1 means we just ran him over. There's no way this deck trades favorably with a non-GX deck. And that's the thing, like Rayquaza, Lucario, those decks do really well against the GX decks, like Zoroark decks, but they don't do well against non-GX decks. So it's just something to contemplate for sure. Something to really contemplate. And yeah, there's a pass, so we'll just, now I'm gonna Kuzma. So this goes by faster. Right, I'm gonna Computer Search, make sure I have Knockout. Because my opponent is AFK. My opponent is AFK, away from keyboard. So let's bring that guy up. And then we'll Choice Band. And then we'll knock out. Now I need another Guzma, I guess. So a Versus Seeker. One Versus Seeker left. Or then I just attack twice, it's fine. Just trying to finish this game as quickly as possible. So overall, like, my opponent did quit, but the match would have been heavily in Vespiquen's favor, I believe. It's really hard for GX decks to keep up, especially when, or if they don't have Karen or Oricorio, because then you always beat them in the prize trade-off. Even if it takes you, even if they get 3 prizes against you, you can still win by getting the first 2 prizes when they have 3. Right? If they have 4, then it gets tricky. If they take 4 prizes before you get the first 2, then it gets very tricky. But if they have up to 3, like 1, 2, or 3, you're definitely able to win the game. It's just a matter of how much maneuvering room you have, depending on how many prize cards they have taken so far. Have I played much Lucario Rabayotti? I have played a decent amount, yeah. And I used it just yesterday on stream, in case you want to watch the video about that. It's on YouTube. or it'll be on YouTube, not today, but tomorrow, you know? So anyways, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps out the channel. I really appreciate it. And if you guys are live with me on Twitch, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back with our next deck, which will be either Zoro Pod or Zoro Exodia. You guys get to choose in chat. Let me know what you want to see, and I will be right back in just a second.